Meet a man who's been called Mr. Dance All Night. You'll see why. Coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning with the Myrtle Beach Herald. We're visiting with a guest who says he can teach anyone to dance in 5 minutes. Mr. Dance All Night, Jerry Fouts. Good morning, Jerry.
Good morning, Greg. How are you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling great.
Good.
I got a couple of my steps in this morning. I'm feeling great. Thank you so much for coming in, Jerry. It's been almost a year since we were together over in Florence or Pamplico, wherever that was in Florence, focused on all the beach music legends and that big week leading up there at Myrtle Beach High School.
Yeah, I enjoyed that, meeting those icons of dance, shag music.
Absolutely. Shaggers.
Good program.
And singers. That was a great week. Thank you again for coming in. You know, when you think about dance and your instruction recently at Coastal Carolina University, coming on the staff there, and obviously having taught for so many Monday nights at either Pepper Gettings or now I guess the YMCA for the United States Amateur Ballroom Dance Association. You've been dancing quite a while, Jerry.
Well, I'm pretty busy right now. When I sold my dance studios, I thought I would, be out of it, but people found out that I had been a professional dancer, and so one thing led to another, and now I'm teaching at Coastal Carolina University. And I've been teaching the head teacher for the United States Amateur Ballroom Dance Association for the past 6 years.
Right.
So I'm putting my expertise to use helping everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Learn to dance.
And that's a very important word, helping. Helping everyone learn to dance. And it can just open up so many doors for folks.
It's true. I've seen some real changes in people. Once they learn to dance, it develops their confidence. It's a great exercise. Recommended by many physicians and scientists and people interested in better health. And, you can go out and jog around the block, have dogs chasing after you, work on these machines, but dancing is fun. And I have one saying, if it's not fun, it ain't going to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That's a great
exercise.
Saying. Yeah.
So if you know how to dance, you don't have to do a thing. You can turn on the radio. 94.9 if you want to do the chatting. Get up and dance. Anytime you want to go out dancing, Myrtle Beach has more dance places than New York City.
Right.
You got Broadway at the beach, all the Harold's Ducks, H's, 2001, which is one of my favorite places because they play a wide variety of music.
Mm-hmm.
There's always hundreds of people out there to dance with.
Yeah.
Everybody goes in by themselves, so they're strictly to dance, and they've got a great band.
Right. And the Grand Strand Senior Center and the YMCA and Coastal Carolina. And there's a heck of a lot of locations now. Down on Grubeski Lane on the former Air Force Base, there's a place I guess on a monthly basis they're having dance lessons.
Yes, my group has a dance down there. They've renovated the place. It's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
And my United States Amateur Ballroom Dance Association, this is a national nonprofit group, chartered in 1965 to make dance lessons available for everybody at a very nominal price. And they always hire the best teachers available.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Besides, there's some other folks that help out U.S. Amateur Ballroom Dance Association here in the area. There was a great piece last Thursday in the Sun News that came out in the neighbors section.
Right.
Joyce Armour, great writer, had a piece about ballroom dance. It was so exciting to see that promoted heavily along the Strand.
Well, she came up to the Y a few Monday nights ago when I was conducting my classes, and she brought a photographer up there, and they took lots of pictures, and she stayed for the entire class, and we had about 35 or 40 students that evening. And I taught them all the tango and the rumba and the samba, and tried to get her to get up and dance, but she had to leave.
Yeah, she left quick. Well, when someone says they're a professional dancer, Jerry, what does that mean?
Well, when you're a professional dancer, of course, you do it for a living. You get paid for doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in the dance business with Fred Astaire Dance Studios and Arthur Murray Dance Studios for 22 years.
Mm.
I was an executive with those studios and owned franchises. And consequently, I guess if there's any such thing as a professional dancer, that's what I did then.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's more for fun.
Yeah, now that's actually ballroom dancing. Isn't that an Olympic sport? Or
Yes, it's dance sport. You've probably seen it on television. Dance sport will be in the Olympics in 2008. And my association, United States Ballroom Dance Association, we're promoting and we're the ones that have been working to get dance sport. Whereas the dancers do cha-cha, quick step, rumba, samba, waltz, the popular ballroom dances in the Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, if you've seen dance sport, those are competitors from all over the world, and they're really phenomenal dancers, especially in Europe and Belgium. The world's champions right now from Belgium.
Is that right? The world champions?
Yeah, there's a girl in there is the most phenomenal dancer I've ever seen. Plus, she's beautiful.
Oh, yeah, that helps. Yeah, yeah. Now, is that someone that incredible? Could you keep up with them, Jerry?
Oh, don't be silly.
Yeah, don't be silly.
Of course, the better the dancer is, the easier it is to lead them or follow them. So consequently, people come up to me and ask me to dance all the time, especially 2001 for half. But a lot of times people say, well, you're so good I can't dance with you. But it's real easy to dance with me. You know, but if a person can't dance, they're the ones that are very difficult to dance with. But dancing has a standard step. The rhythm never changes. Like if you're doing a waltz or a cha-cha, a waltz is always 1, 2, 3. So if I met someone from Hong Kong right now, we'd be able to do the waltz perfectly and do hundreds of steps. You just have to maintain the 1, 2, 3 beat. If you're doing the cha-cha, the rhythm is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. So consequently, that's done like that all over the world. It doesn't deviate.
Huh.
So yeah, you can go in. It's just like the shaggers. Of course, I have always been a shagger. Ducks is one of my favorite places. I go to Harold's, of course, and H's. And it happens all the time. I see shaggers that I've never seen before, I've never encountered before, and they'll come up and say, well, I've heard about you, I want to dance with you. So I can dance with them, and their standard steps, the belly roll, the sugar foot, the pivot. And they do them just like I do. So it never changes. It's amazing, really, that you can get people that have never seen each other before and do these complex movements, and they all fit together.
I know, that's incredible.
It is. It's amazing. Remember this in dancing. When the man's weight is on the left foot, the lady's is always on the right. It never deviates. Unless you're doing a routine or something.
Say that again, Jerry.
In other words, when your weight is on your left foot, your partner's on the opposite foot. Even if it's syncopated, quick movements, it always is like that. Pardon me for dancing with my hands.
I know, that's right. No one's gonna be able to hear you talking because they can hear that. That's right.
But everything is opposite your partner as far as your weight. I've danced so long that I can feel of somebody's hand, and I can tell where their weight is.
Oh, come on.
No, honestly, that's true. Most dancers can do that.
Yeah. Wow. Golly, Jerry, it's so exciting. When did you first get on the dance floor? Or was it the sand? Or was it the kitchen floor? I mean, when did you first begin dancing?
Well, I was about 8 or 9 years old. My parents used to vacation in South Carolina. And I saw this guy. He was not a good-looking guy at all. But he was dancing. And after he got through dancing, all these beautiful girls were just hugging him and kissing him and everything. I said, I might want to try that. So, I always played sports and everything, but I started dancing then, watching the older fellows dance. And I got to be a pretty good shagger, so the way I got started professionally, I won the Louis Prima dance contest when I was 14.
What was that? Where was that?
Well, Louis Prima was a great band leader, and he had a singer, Keely Smith, who's still with us. And I won the dance contest, so she talked with me and advised me to go to Miami Beach. And there's lots of dancing there, especially the mambo, salsa, and so forth. So about 2 weeks later, I got a phone call from a gentleman that was a chef, and he was going down to Miami Beach. And he said Keely Smith had told him to call me. So I went down there.
And you were a teenager?
14.
Oh, come on.
Oh, yeah, but my parents didn't know about it. It was in the summertime.
My parents.
Well, anyway, the second day down there, I met the top mambo dancer in Miami Beach. And it was just coincidence. But she's taught me to do the mambo, and so thereafter, I frequently went back to Miami, and Miami Beach is where we did the dancing, and I ended up helping conduct the mambo contest at the Deauville Hotel.
Huh.
There would be hundreds of people there for the mambo every Wednesday night. And people would fly from New York for the contest and fly back in the morning.
Oh, come on.
Yes, sir. That was regularly like that.
This is in Miami Beach.
Miami
People would
Beach.
fly down from New York City.
Absolutely. Every Wednesday. They had these planes then they called Barbara and Evelyn. And they said, well, I'm going to fly Barbara to Miami Beach tonight. And it was a regular commute for the dancers.
Wow. Golly. To the
Yeah,
Deauville.
Deauville Hotel was a hot dance spot.
Is that still there?
Yes, they've broken it up and made condos out of it. But it was a great place where Frank Sinatra and people like that hung out. Pupi Campo was the orchestra leader, and he's Rosemary Clooney's brother-in-law, and he played there for years. And they had a couple that were great dancers that ran a dance studio within the hotel. All the hotels used to have a dance studio with two, usually a couple. And so we had some great times there in the Fontainebleau where I danced on a regular basis.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you said you were 14 going down there, Jerry. How did your parents buy into that?
Well, they had a lot of confidence in me, and I was a pretty good, trustworthy young man.
Right.
And, so consequently, I've conveyed that confidence on to my own children.
Yeah. Three beautiful daughters,
they-
Jerry.
Yes.
They're amazing women. You know, our director has 3 daughters. It's amazing to think about that commitment that a dad and a daughter can have. It's been so exciting to see your girls grow. One who just passed the bar recently, the New York bar,
Right.
having gone to law school in Boston.
That's true.
And another one who's midway through college, and another one who's, I guess, recently started high school.
Well, my oldest daughter, Stephanie, graduated from Coastal, and she's a lawyer in New York City now. And my middle daughter, Sabrina, who works at the Outback Steakhouse in the evening,
Yeah.
see her there. She's a junior in college.
Right.
And Guinevere is in high school, the 10th grade.
That's
Very proud
right.
of him. And then I had a son, too, of course, because I was very proud of Jerry, Michael.
That's amazing, Jerry. Yeah, and of course, and obviously Dorothy was my former dance instructor. I haven't been in for a long time and missed that desperately. But it's so exciting, of course, for viewers in the PD in southeastern North Carolina. A lot of those folks have seen you over the years on their many trips to the beach, but you also used to travel to Florence regularly to teach.
That's true.
Why'd you make that trip, Jerry?
Well, a group of teachers had me come over and teach them. So I went over, and now occasionally they come down here, maintain and keep up to date on their dancing. And I also taught at Sea Trail Plantation up in North Carolina. And so when I quit up there, because it was just too far to go up there, they come down now to the YMCA on Monday night.
Is that right?
Got some great students from Sea Trail. I also teach the golf pro up at the Pearl and his fiancée. I'm choreographing their wedding. And also Joe, who's a golf pro at Baytree, and his fiancée, students of mine.
Golly, Jerry, yeah, don't name a lot of students.
They're
You're going
to the
forever.
Masters this week. Yeah.
That's amazing. You think about it. And what's it been like teaching out of Coastal Carolina? That just began recently.
Yeah, I love it out there. A doctor that was in my class when I taught at Artwork suggested that I apply for a job out there. So I thought about it over the years, and I said, well, it would be fun. I had some free time, and I did apply. They got my transcripts from the University of Miami, and they put me under a contract out there to teach social dancing in the phys ed department. Got a great bunch of students.
Oh, yeah.
They love the tango, the classical dances, the waltz, cha-cha, salsa, and my class is full. Got a great class.
I'm sure it is. Probably oversubscribed. Probably.
Well, it's fun. You know, it's amazing, but I'm going to teach them all the relevant social dancing. And since South Carolina, the main dance here, of course, the official dance is the shag.
Right.
I'm teaching them shag. But you know, that's the least favorite with the young people.
Is that right?
Yeah, the most popular dance that I'm teaching out there is the tango. I mean, they love that. They even stay after class and practice. And, of course, the Latin dances, cha-cha, salsa, mambo. And waltz, they're doing that good, too.
And these are 18 to 22-year-olds for the most part, yeah.
Yeah, there's all ages, but I have seniors. One of my best students is practice teaching this semester. We have all kinds, and they do well.
It was an oversubscribed class at Wake Forest. I took it my freshman year, and it was amazing to see the lineup. Mostly seniors in there, but I was fortunate enough to get in. It's an amazing thing. You know, Jerry, when you think about so many of the benefits you get from dancing, of course, you talked about self-esteem. You talked about that guy, that first guy, albeit not necessarily the greatest looking guy, but the one who seemed to attract women because of it. Charlie what?
Charlie Boone, I'll never forget. That was his name. Charlie Boone.
Charlie Boone. Wow. What are some of the health benefits of dancing that people may not think about?
Well, I think the most widely publicized was in the June of 2003 New England Journal of Medicine. It had an extensive study on Alzheimer's. And the name of this study was the Einstein Aging Study. Einstein. And they concluded they had people participate over an extended period of time in all sports activities. Team sports, tennis, swimming. And they concluded after that study that the people that participated in specifically ballroom dancing, because you used your mind as well as your body, coordinating everything with the music, that was the only exercise that stimulated and was good for your brain. An astonishing 63% of the people were less likely to develop Alzheimer's. I mean, that's an amazing stat.
That is. That's incredible.
And it was reported on in Reader's Digest and Washington Post, New York Times, and all over the country, and USA Today, of course. And in February of this year, USA had extensive article about how to live to be 100 and so forth. And one of the first things listed was learn the ballroom dance.
Wow. That is great. Is that part of the reason why you launched the DanceRightNow.com website recently? DanceRightNow.com. This is another little fact. You know Dr. Helmick, the choking doctor. Right. Heimlich?
Heimlich.
Whatever it is.
Well, anyway, his wife is a doctor also, interested specifically in health issues and exercise and so forth. And she's written extensively about the health benefits of dancing. So you might want to look that up on the internet.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Dr. Heimlich, the Heimlich maneuver.
Right.
His wife has written extensively about ballroom dancing.
And the benefits of dancing. It's a low-impact exercise that you can, there comes a time in your life when you can't play golf anymore. There comes a time when you have to stop playing tennis. Certainly comes a time when you have to stop jogging. But Arthur Murray danced every Friday and Saturday night at the Hilton in Hawaii until he was 95. Died of natural causes. But I think the longevity factor of ballroom, I saw it in the dance studios, is really amazing. David Letterman had one of our students dance on his program one night. She was 102 years old.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's amazing.
I saw in that article that Joyce did last week, that great quote of yours, people who dance together stay together. It's a great, what's the basis behind that? I mean, what makes you think that?
Well, You know, in my years in the dance business, we had thousands of couples that came into the studio simply because there was nothing that they had in common. After being married, raising the children, the man went out, he played golf, he went to the sports bar, she stayed home, watched the soaps, and watched television. So consequently, there's nothing they could do together anymore. And so dancing is something that you can do and share together. Golf, you can't do that. Very rarely, because the man is stronger. He doesn't like women out on the golf course when he's playing. You know, you're probably like that yourself.
No, Jerry, I'm not. I don't think all men. Yeah.
I've played golf for 30 years. But, you know, it's a man's game. Other activities like bowling, that's a man's game.
You got to be careful talking this way, Jerry.
But
That's
dancing is something that I've seen thousands of cases. Dancing is something, you know, you can do with your wife or your partner. It's something that you're doing together.
Right.
You know, not many things you can do together.
Yeah, that's a good point. One of our guests, you know, our guest tomorrow is a big golfer, Russell Holliday. So you be careful. She is on the on the golf course a heck of a lot. So there are a lot of folks who cross over, but you're pointing out that folks dance as couples, and that's a very important point. That's a very important point.
You know, you're sharing the joy of the music together. There's a certain feeling you get that unless you're doing it, you don't understand.
Mm-hmm. As a professional dancer, isn't that kind of almost narcissistic, Jerry? I mean, everyone's looking at you, you're dancing, the music's flowing through you, and people have their eyes. I know when I've seen you and Dot dance, or you and so many of the folks dance, I mean, folks move aside. It's an amazing thing.
Well, I don't really, you know, there's a time to dance, maybe show off a little bit. Mm-hmm. But I don't do that usually unless I'm specifically asked to. You see me at the hardballs, you're a good dancer yourself. Right. I just dance around with the crowd.
You're right.
I'm not trying to attract anyone's attention. I can enjoy doing one step.
You attract him with your hair, Jerry. My God, your look attracts you. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
Greg's a good dancer. Don't let him fool you. He likes to dance.
Jerry, I think I saw, we've just got a couple of minutes. I think I saw you were the first to dance the shag in the Kremlin. Tell the viewers real quick about that.
Well, when I was at the University of Miami my senior year in 1970, there was an exchange group of people from Harvard, Yale, USC, and so forth. We went to Russia to study at Moscow University. Mm-hmm. And that's when it was behind the Iron Curtain. It was very rigid right there. But nevertheless, we were there in Moscow University, and we got toured all over the place. We even went up to Leningrad and so forth. They were putting their best foot forward. Mm-hmm. And so the last night, they had a big party for us at the Kremlin, and a little three-piece band, and they tried to emulate American music, swing-type music and so forth. Pretty good, too. Mm-hmm. And one thing, a lot of the group knew that I was a pretty good dancer, so I ended up with a girl from William and Mary University, and we got up on the stage and did the shag. And so I guess that's the first people, as far as I know,
right,
ever shagged in Moscow.
That is fascinating. Yeah.
It was fun, too.
That is, yeah. That is. You know, Jerry, if someone was to ask you, what makes Jerry Fouts tick? What makes Jerry Fouts tick? How would you answer that question if a student asked you they're out at Coastal?
Well, first off, I've been blessed with wonderful children, 3 wonderful daughters and a son. I have a happy life, and I dance because I enjoy it. I enjoy teaching. You know, you've been over to my house. I'll teach you right there. You say something to me. I have that knowledge, you know. I can teach anybody to dance in 5 minutes. Oh. You know, I didn't tell you about my quick learn method.
No.
Well, I can tell you in the next segment if you want me to.
We'll have to get you back for that.
Well, anyway, the quick learn method, in 22 years, there's only 4 things you do in dancing, 4 moves. And you do those in your everyday life. Mm-hmm. And you put these together in a different way. and you have different dances. And that's the reason I can teach anybody to dance in 5 minutes. The shag, swing, tango, foxtrot, rumba, mambo, anything.
Well, now, we've got a minute. Can you say those? Can you say it, or do you have to show them?
No, I can say that.
What are those for?
Well, one is walking steps. Dancing is walking to the music, a lot of it, like the tango, the foxtrot, the waltz. The other is the side steps. Now, when you go to a movie, you look right or left after you go down the aisle, right? And then you take side steps over to your seat. And the other thing, the third thing, is triple steps. And that's merely taking 3 side steps a little quicker. And the last thing is the rock step. Now, you do the rock step every time you get in your car, every time you open the refrigerator. You know, you get in your car, you put your weight on the front foot, and then you step back and pull the door open. Same as the refrigerator. Well, in all dancing, you have the rock step, where it's just 2 beats. Rock forward, back, side, left to right, whatever.
Wow. Jerry, lastly, if you weren't Mr. Dance All Night, what do you think you'd be doing?
Well, you know, my hobby, politics, I've always been involved in it. That's what I like to do. I've worked in campaigns before. When I was at University of Miami, I'm an avid political observer.
Son of a gun, that's amazing. Next time you see him, you may see him at the stump, stumping for political office. It's a very exciting time with Jerry Fouts. Catch him out at Coastal Carolina University, or catch him at 2001 or any of the local places. Jerry, thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Well, you know, Greg, I always enjoy it. I always enjoy seeing you. And ladies and gentlemen, this man right here can dance. He's a good father.
Yeah,
I know that.
That's sweet.
And
stay tuned to more Carolina People with Jerry Fouts coming up next. Inspired by his 4 children, you heard him say it, he can teach anyone to dance in 5 minutes. That's anyone. Take the time to catch him at dancerightnow.com or give him a ring at 843-497-4758. Jerry Fouts, thanks for being with us today.